eyes are on the dual threat Lamar Jackson, as he's gone over 4,000 yards passing.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback. Throwing to start the drive. Bird. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early second down and long.
Alert!
First carry now for David Montgomery.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. Back to throw. Bird. He's got a man, complete. A huge play there for Chicago. 41 yards.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 13 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
On second down, Montgomery. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on third down. Bird. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. Touchdown, Bears. Amon-Ra St. Brown. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. As we get a look at a guy who grew up in Florida, played his college ball, of course, in Louisville. It's the electric Lamar Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 74 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. We're going to look at Amon-Ra St. Brown as his offense readies for the next drive.
Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
To throw on second down, Bird.
Finding room at midfield.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Under a minute to go, clock running and a back-and-forth first quarter of play. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
A false start backs them up 5, first and 15. Looking to throw. Bird
finds his man. It's John Mechie. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for Chicago. These two teams all tied after one. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a first and 10. Coming right, this is Montgomery on the toss. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. So the toss play there, very effective. Looked like the defense got caught with too many men in the box.
I think you're right about that. I really like the idea of getting him out wide, getting him to the perimeter. That way you can either turn the corner when they box the defenders inside, or make that one cut and get upfield when you get help from your wide receivers, taking care of the cornerbacks.
We'll see a return here from the end zone.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game.
And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick touchdown.
They get more value than just the points from that series as well. Only needing one play, it keeps the entire offense rested up.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards, the final tally. Play action. It's Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. And this is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play.
And with pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. And now that brings up fourth down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Vikings. 67 yards.
And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it was all polished off on the touchdown reception by K.J. Hamler.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. There he goes, left side. Past the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Bears are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
It's caught inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Jackson. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Jackson.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
Again, Jackson.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
From 21 yards away.
And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Extra point splits the uprights. And we've got a tie game here, a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
See David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive.
And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play call.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there. That's batted down and incomplete.
Let's go on the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing is Jackson.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
But that's caught at the 25. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. To throw is Jackson. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now Jackson back into his end zone.
They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted.
Jalen Thompson picks it.
And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football. Because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have
got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
John Mechie.
A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bears have broken the tie.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
Jackson now.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown.
Justin Jefferson.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
Well, the Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose.
Here we go, here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took it a little too far at second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Wide open receiver, complete. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready, get.
On 1st and 10, Bird. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there at 22.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime.
The kick by Bass is good.
And they have regained the lead. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Takes it at the 7.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
They've got his man complete. And he's in for the touchdown. The final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So instead of trailing into the lockers, they grab the lead with the clock reading all zeros before intermission.
I would love to go into the locker room with them because right now they're riding a nice wave, aren't they? They're feeling good about themselves. But I know the coach is going to be talking to them about calming down, taking it easy, get a whole second half. But use the way we finished the first one to start the second.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The sack goes to Chris Barnes. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Jackson. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Bears take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. Throwing to start the drive. Byrne. It's complete to Brown, right side. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down. Read option. Here's Montgomery. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down. Byrne. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Byrne. Got him in. It's Brown.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
They'll run with Montgomery, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. David Montgomery. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Bears have retaken a third-quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that gives them a 3-point lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And now out comes Minnesota.
And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And now they're in the hurry-up.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now it's Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So we stop for no gain, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Bears' 15-yard line.
To throw again is Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there.
And it's 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So you're just sitting.
Touchdown, Vikings!
K.J. Hamler
With touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year.
And the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown. Their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery.
That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. It looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
To throw on 3rd down. Byrd. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now Jackson. nice safety valve here. That's complete. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. To throw again on second down. Jackson, he'll go up top here for Hamler. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there for Minnesota. 54 yards. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Lamar Jackson with career touchdown number 60. And the Vikings look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Now this one complete on the slant route. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Looking to throw on second down. Bird. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with a football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, Bird. He's going to let it fly. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, Bird. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Andrew Booth picks it off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that pick 6, that was the first turnover forced by the defense in this ballgame, CD.
And what's even better is when they finally forced one, they kept the effort up, were able to return it for a score. They could hear their defensive coaches saying to them, hey, getting the interception's great. Can you do more with it? Turn it into a big play. And they did exactly that.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Throwing after the interception, Bird. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back.
That nearly picked. It's second down now.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Throwing on first down. Hearn looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it up. And the Vikings are going to have it here just past the 25. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take...
It's caught inside the 25.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd it.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
From 17 yards out.
And the Vikings take the first turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditional is not overly excited about that score. They like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just...
He's got a man complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now.